Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investors Channel. My name is Sensei Crypto and today we're doing the Sunday show, the show where we look at technical levels, buy zones, sell zones, charts, whatever you want to discuss. And today we're going to be looking at NVDA and GOVX stock in particular, and then we'll move on to your requests. We'll also have a look at gold making all-time highs and also at the watch list for the stocks on the upcoming week. Do let me know your suggestions in the comments and in the live chat. And if you are here, please do hit the like button. So let's get straight into it. We'll also look at SBCE. I was just looking at that bounce off the level we were talking about last week. But we can start off with looking at GOVX Labs, ticker symbol GOVX. Has had a very nice Friday. It was up 110% in a day. Martyn has been covering it. I hope you have taken the trade. And if not, let's look at some areas where if you've taken the trade, you might want to sell. And if you haven't already, you can buy. So let's wait into I'm having a little bit of an issue with my lighting. Seems to have run out of battery somehow, so I apologize for the lighting I have. I'm going to try and turn down the brightness and see if that helps. Um, Let me turn down the temperature as well. Let's hope that's a bit better. Anyway, let's look at your comments. Martyn is reminding me of that as well. Thank you, Martyn. Our first request was GOVX, which we're covering, and then Henrik said, "Hi Sensei, can you look at BVNRY? They have reserved an order for 10 million vaccines for the Mpox to Africa." So we'll also be looking at that. Thank you, Henrik, for that. Still very bright, and I'm not sure why. Nope, that's not going to help. So I apologise about the lighting, but thankfully we're looking at charts rather than me. But I apologise. Richard, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome in, Richard. I haven't seen you here before. And where are you from? Leave your country down below and let's see if we can fly the flag for you. Turn your brightness down on your light. Yes, thank you, Martyn. Let me see. It's just very bright somehow. My brightness is very low. Hi from Turkey, says Ermin. Welcome into the channel. Sometimes I forget the last setting. Thank you, Martyn. Hello all, says Bart. Good evening, Lucas AIDS Development Alert Uganda. Zach, our charity partners here. Thank you for coming into the channel, Zach. Hi all, are we reviewing Rocket Labs? But if you do want to give a super chat, I can do a full video on Rocket Lab. Even if you do a 199 super chat, I will give you a full video on that. We have a lot of requests already. We have to cover 3 videos, but the next super chat I will also cover. Okay, let's get into GOVX and let's do a video for that. 350. GOVX. Sorry, I'm just setting up to talk about GOVX. It's got a lot of attention recently, and we want to see if there's any more money that can be made from it. So let's talk about that and also make it a video. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button. Let's get straight into the video. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are looking at GOVX Labs, ticker symbol GOVX. We're going to be looking at specific buy zones, sell zones, what to do if you already own the stock, where to sell it if you haven't already, is there an area to be potentially looking into buy. So let's get straight into it. Again, everything I say is not financial advice. Do not take it as financial advice. It's my opinions only, and you can make your own decisions yourself. I'm just here to give you some information and my opinions. GOVX Labs, it's got a lot of attention, obviously, to do with the Mpox outbreak. If you wait until the end of the video or in the comments, Martyn has done a full analysis on the fundamentals, so you can see it from that point of view as well. Please do watch that video. But if you've come from that video, or if this is the first one you're watching, we're going to be looking at the specific charts, the buy zones, the sell zones, and where to potentially gain entry points to the stock. As you can see, on Friday we had a candle which sort of uh, initiated a mini short squeeze. There was people that were liquidating on their positions. There was a sudden rise up, and we are sitting on $7.06 on Friday's close. We were up 110.75% on Friday, and we're wondering if the stock will continue to run. So let's do a chart analysis. Let's start off by finding our supports and resistances, and by the end of the video you'll know my thoughts once we do a full analysis. I will show you exactly how I do my analysis and my charting. So firstly we have a horizontal point on the all-time lows, which was just above $8. Then we have our next support slash resistance. It was support previously turned into resistance, and now it will be support. So that could be our potential next buy area, $4.50. We then have the level we closed on Friday was previous support, so that is an important level as well. We do also have this area here where we bounced off in 2022, and once we bounced off that level, it held as support, and the gains were very extreme, about over 150% gains from that area of support. So that's why it's important, and that's why I'm adding it to my chart. And then we've got higher areas where potential sell zones of $50. Again, we've got higher at $64. And that's about it. There's not much going on between $7 and $50, which a lot of people like to hear. If it comes down in a straight line, it can also go back up in a straight line. There's not much liquidity there. So now we've got our levels, and those are all our horizontal resistance points from the resistance and support points from the past. Let's see if there's any specific trends. I can see sort of a trend to the downside with lower highs that we've actually broken out of, which is good to see. So that's our major trend line to the downside. Do we have a trend line to the upside? Not really. We can join these two higher lows potentially, but that's nothing to be concerned about at this moment in time. And let's do one more zoom out and see if there's any other potential zones. No. Now let's look at our Fibonacci points. I'm getting all the data ready so I can make my full analysis, so do bear with me. This is important to show you how I come to my conclusion. I'm not like the other YouTubers who just pretend and make up things. I'll show you exactly why I'm making these decisions. Now we're looking at 2 points to get our Fibonacci levels. One obvious one would be from this high recently in June of 2024 to the bottom of $1.60. We've already hit our first level. As you can see, it coincides very nicely to our other trend line, which is why this was an area of resistance. And this is why the stock failed to close above it, because this is a major point of resistance. So that's something we're going to be looking out for. So let's highlight that as well with a rectangle. So that is the 1.618 Fibonacci, and the next point would be sort of trying to target maybe between $14 and $15. That could be a potential target of this week if the rally continues. So we've got our Fibonacci points. Is there any other Fibonacci points we might want to consider? You can take one from that high to this low. That's the same. The 786 is about there as well, and the 618. So that rectangle can be extended as a potential area as well. You see some resistance levels are being more evidence is being shown why specific areas can be targeted, so that has consolidated more. Just looking to see if there's any other final Fibonacci points. We can take one from the highs of 2022. That would have been after COVID. Okay, yes, the tooth that consolidates that area again. So that $16 level is definitely a point of resistance for the future. Okay, so we've got all our levels now. Now let's look at where we are now. We are currently sat at $7. As I've just mentioned, it's a very strong resistance level, the $7 area. So that's what we need to keep an eye on. What we want to see on this coming week is breaking the level we are at basically currently. As you can see in the after hours, we are actually breaking this level. So this is a very good sign. On Monday, as long as we're above $7, what we're trying to see, I'll show you exactly what I'm looking for. I'll go back to the daily time frame. Every candle represents a day. What we're trying to look for now is continuation. Yes, the RSI is overbought, very overbought, and the most overbought it's been since 2022. Let's wait for a second.
Bart Poludniak donated €5 through a super chat. Thank you for covering the Rocket Labs RKLB. Also, if we get some time, I would be grateful if you share your thoughts on the NVDA. PLS?
Thank you, Bart. This is made during a live video. You can join me every Sunday while we do these analysis live, and you can give your request, and Bart has given me a request, which we'll be doing later on. Thank you, Bart. So yes, the RSI is overbought, the most overbought it's been since this massive run we saw earlier in 2022. So that is a point of concern, but again, RSIs can be overbought for a long while, especially if it's news driven, and it does show the momentum to the upside. However, we do have to take that into consideration. It's going to be overbought at some point in the future. That will no longer be overbought, and the stock will fall and maybe continue to rise. So we need to take that into account, but it's not too concerning if it's news driven. It just shows the momentum's on your side. The MACD, which also shows the momentum of buyers and traders, is green and it's accelerating upwards. So that is a good sign on that front as well. Going back to the specific resistance level we're at, which is $7.06, what I want to see going forward, and hopefully this week, if the RSI wants to continue to be overbought, we need to see this happen quite quickly before we see a slowing down in price and the RSI cooling off, which it will do eventually. However, as I've said, it can stay overbought for a while as long as the momentum continues to the upside. And what I'd like to see this week, if I bring my drawing tool out for you, would be a few daily candles this week above $8. We need to breach $8. Once we breach $8, we can come back for a support. The RSI will cool off when we come back for the buy level where we are around now, $7. And then potentially very quickly, we'll be heading up to our next serious resistance level between $14 and $16. So there is our what we need to see is break $7, break $8, maybe come back for a retest, giving us another entry at this level here. We just need to breach this major resistance we're at right now between $7 and $8. As soon as we go past $7 and $8, we are looking to target between $12 and $16. So limit orders to be set up for myself, again, not financial advice, at $13 is my first limit order to sell, and my second limit order to sell is at $16. I might not sell it all, I will sell a big majority, and my next target would be $20. Now, let's say I'm not in the stock, what would I do? I would wait until we see some more data on the charts. I would wait to see us breach $8. If we breach $8, as I mentioned, we're probably going to have a retest quite quickly of that $8 mark. We breach $8, we'll probably go to $9, come back to $8. That will give me confirmation we've broken out of this resistance, and then I'll be more confident to buy. I'll explain why. If I buy right now, we're at resistance. This can suddenly drop back down to $5, and that's my next buy level. $4.5, $4.50 around $5. That's my next buy point. If the RSI is overbought and the momentum is lost, then $5 is the next entry zone. So I'd rather buy at $5 than $7.50. However, I might not get the chance to buy at $5. So how would I trade it? I would have to wait for this resistance point between $7 and $8 to be breached. And once it is breached, it will, most of the time, if it's a confident trade, it will come back down. Maybe it will go to $10, maybe it will go to $9. I won't chase it. it will probably come back down for a retest of this level, and more traders and more buyers will be more confident to buy it at $8. So some people tell me, well, it's at $8 now. Why would I not buy now? Well, because it can go straight back down to $4.50, and I'd rather buy it there. However, if it breaches $8, it's more likely to go to the next levels, and I don't want to miss out on $8 going to $16 potentially 2xing my money in a week. So this can 2x in a week. And the trade I will take, I'll show you now, would be a long position at around either between $7 and $8, either $7 or $8, and I'll be targeting $13. So it would look something like this. I'd wait for it to breach $8, come back down to $7.50 or $8, and then take the trade to $13 or $16. What would I do if I'm already holding? Well, we're at resistance. I might sell some in case it comes back to 450, or I might sell some to get more confirmation that we're going higher. But potentially most of my holdings I'll be holding until $13 and $16, my next take profit zone. And then once I take profits there, my limit orders for sales go through. I would hold the rest of my shares to $20, and potentially, if this continues, it's moved to the upside, $50 and $64. I would leave some in as my, let's call it a moon bag. I'd already have sold most of my shares, but I'd like to keep some in case it goes to $50 and $64. I'll pretty much be out of the stock by $64. But let's take it step by step. My limit orders are set up to sell between $12.50, $16, and $20. And my next buy zones would be either the level we're at now, once we get confirmation, as I've explained earlier on in this video. And if we don't get the confirmation this week and we sell off and the RSI resets, I'll be looking to buy at $4 and $4.50. So it's looking good. Momentum's on our side. Please do hit the like button if you haven't already. Leave me your thoughts down below. Are you bullish on this stock? Do you have any more information about this stock? Make sure to watch the video Martyn's put out about his technicals. They look good as well, but you need to watch that video as well to make a full informed decision. Do your own research. Again, we're not here to give financial advice. We're here to give our own opinions and give you the news. But thank you very much for watching. Martyn's video will be here. He's the owner of the channel. He does the fundamental analysis. That'll be over there. And then anything else that Martyn would suggest will be down there. So make sure you watch those two videos. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. 1720. So that was GOVX stock. Momentum's on our side. Let's see how that continues. Let's have a look at your comments before we move on to the next. Let's have a look. Where were we? Are we reviewing Labs? Bart, thank you for the super chat. Now we are. We definitely will be. I'm here watching you for Virgin Galactic stock. I think is the cheapest of all. I think this is cheapest of all over the world. I don't know what you mean by Ermin. It's the cheapest of all over the world. The stock price is the same all over the world, I imagine. SA Texas. Richard is from Texas. The owner of this channel, Martyn Lucas, you might have come across him. He lives in Texas. Zach say, with Sensei, we are getting closer to 100,000 subscribers. So subscribe now and enjoy the day show with Martyn and Sundays with Sensei. Yes, please do subscribe if you haven't already. We've got 54 people watching. Let's see how many likes we have. Only 15 likes. Please do hit that like button. Let's get that up to 50. Hello, Sensei. Can you look at CrowdStock as we move towards their earning report at the end of the month? And can you also touch on insider trading that occurred on Friday? Shibu, you are. Unfortunately, I can't do a full analysis on CrowdStrike. At the moment, we have a lot of videos. If you do want to give a super chat, I can have a look at it. But the last I remember, we were at a. Let me quickly have a look at the chart very, very briefly. See, we were at a buy zone. Here we go. Yes, $200. Look at that, exactly at the buyer zone, $205. Um, and that was an amazing trade. Look at that. Up 30% on that trade. So that's looking good. What's the next comment? All shows are incredible to watch or listen. Thank you, Zach8, for your support. That's the video on GOVX. Thank you, Martin. In GOVX Labs, I learnt now, and I got sad because I know the price of being this stock. I have tried. Sorry about that, Min. Thank you for covering Rocket Labs RKLB. Also, if we get time, I would be grateful if you could share your thoughts on NVDA. Let's see if we have time. Thank you, Bart. I'm sure we will at least have a quick look at it. Maybe something happens and space version will be like this. Yes, it's very. We'll look at SBC later. Good evening, all. Can you look at core scientific chart doing well this? And I'm interested on your thoughts on the chart. Cool, thank you. Paul, unfortunately, not a member. It's a members perk, and also because of how busy we are, we have to focus on the super chatted ones as well, and we have a couple of them as well. This channel will answer all your financial questions every day of the week. Sundays are for Sensei. Yes, that's it. We will. But again, it won't give you. You also need to consult with your financial advisor. We're not doing any financial advice. We're just giving financial news and our thoughts. Earnings call reviews, birthday parties, Q&A in all colours. Exactly, Zach8. So many perks of being a member. What about NVIDIA? We'll have a look at NVIDIA now. Apologies to disrupting your recording, Bart. No problem at all. Thank you for the super chat. Why has no one talked about Mobix Lab? We will be looking at. Are we looking at Mobix Lab? No, we're looking at Rocket Lab. If you give a super chat, Vishal, we'll look at Mobix Lab. $1.99. Anything, we'll definitely look at it. We just need to focus. Let me have a quick look. Mobix Lab. You must have requested this before because I already have my charts on it. Interesting. Why do I have charts on Mobix Labs? Someone must have super chatted this before. But it's not looking good. That's probably the reason no one's talking about it, is because it looks like it's going to zero. Okay, let's continue with NVIDIA. Let's do an update on NVIDIA. Actually, before we do NVIDIA, let's focus on the super chats. Let's do Rocket Lab. Thank you, Bart, for your super chat. Oh, wow. Look at that. Amazing. Exactly as predicted. Rocket Lab. We are finishing the show on the hour today. So if you have requests, please do get them in before the hour. Otherwise, I'll have to finish the show on time today. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We're looking at Rocket Lab USA, ticker symbol RKLB. What an amazing run it's been on. We have predicted this. Again, we're not giving financial advice, but from the chart perspective, it was at a buy zone in my opinion, and we've been going up ever since. When is this going to stop, or is this the end for Rocket Lab in terms of it's never going to see these prices again, and we can start talking double digits? Let's have a look at the chart. Let me tell you my buy zones, my sell zones, and what I would be doing. Let's get straight into it. If you do enjoy Rocket Lab content, if you do like looking at the charts, please do hit that like button and do subscribe if you haven't before. Let's try and get 100 likes. That would be amazing. Okay, so Rocket Lab. Remember me showing you this buy zone. This buy zone was it was highlighted many times. It was a level of support that we hit many times. There was a potential breakdown, however, there wasn't, and we told you why there wasn't. It wasn't going to go any lower. and what to do if it was going to go lower. However, it didn't. It held the support, which is what we wanted to see. And ever since breaking that trend to the downside, this is why trend lines are important, the momentum then shifted to the upside, and we had our buy zones. It came in for one retest of that level, one final retest of $4.17. And ever since it's been going up. As you can see previously with my scribbles on the screen, this is what we predicted, and what we wanted to see next is already highlighted. But let's go through it again. So this was a major level of accumulation. No one wanted to sell any of their Rocket Lab below $3.60. Everyone was buying and accumulating their bags at $3.60, between $3.60 and $4. Everyone was buying Rocket Lab, not letting the price go any lower. The market cap is at a nice 3.26 billion. So it is a quite a major company. It's having lots of successful flights. The fundamentals are looking good, but we're here to look at the charts. You can see this structure here I would call a classic accumulation. Once you break out of $8, you are looking to try and get back up to $10 and potentially make new all-time highs. It's not looking that unrealistic. It's actually looking much more realistic than a stock such as SBCE. The chart is much better. It's not just down. It was down. Yes, it was an aggressive move down from $20 to $3. However, it didn't continue going down. The trend didn't stay down. The trend turned into accumulation. Just zooming out, you can see this area. There was major accumulation going on, and now what we're looking to do is break out this accumulation and now go on to the growth stage. You might think these are big gains, but once you break out of an accumulation pattern that has lasted for over 2 years, the results could be very big. The results can be moving up, potentially doubling your money in months, maybe a month, maybe 2 years. I can't tell you exactly how much and how quickly. However, there's an accelerated move to the downside. A way you can tell is, let's say it went down 63%. It went down from $20 to $8 in 135 days. It can do the exact same. So it can go up back to $20 in 139 days. So 139 days, you're looking to potentially go up 200% by the time of March 2025. That can happen, and it can happen very easily. But let's take it one step at a time. Where are we right now? We went to resistance. We went to resistance. As you can see, we went to $5.83. We dropped 28% back to support. That's why I like to sell at resistance and buy at support. You can own another 28% of the company just by selling and buying back. You don't need any more money. You just need to buy and sell at the right points, which is obviously hard to do. And you need to be looking at the markets, but it's something I like to do. We've got another super chat.
Vaz donated £4.99 through a super chat. No request but appreciate Sensei Sunday show. Flexed
Thank you, Vaz.
flexed biceps.
Thank you, Vaz. It's very kind. If you think of a request, let me know. But Vaz, we're doing. For anyone watching this video, we're doing this during a live show. I do this every Sunday. We do requests. We do chart analysis. We talk about your favorite stocks. If Rocket Lab isn't the only stock you hold, you can always jump in on a Sunday afternoon if you're in America, Sunday night if you're in the UK, and we can review your favorite stocks as well. But let's continue. So we were down 27%, and then we moved up in a matter of 13 days, 68%. We were at resistance. We went to support. We broke through resistance, and now we're looking to get to the next point. We can do the exact same thing all over again. Next resistance is at $7.35. You can go all the way back there and then come back down to, so either sell at $7.34 and buy back at $5.75, or it might not go to the resistance. It might come back down to the next buy level. So the next buy level for me on Rocket Lab is the previous resistance, which should now turn into support, which is that $5.75. Limit orders for me will be set up to buy at $5.74. Limit orders to sell will be set up at $7.34. Then what would I expect to happen? So either it will go like that, and then you can sell and then buy back at $7.34, or more likely it might be something like this, just like what happened before, resistance down, and then you continue upwards. So something like that can happen, which is why I like to sell some of my shares at 7.34 and buy back at 5.75. But that's obviously not guaranteed. It's likely to happen, but it's not guaranteed. So let's say it goes to $7.34 and I sell. I'm not selling my whole position. I'm just selling a few shares, and something like this might occur instead. So those few shares that I sold for $7.35, it doesn't mean I won't have a chance to buy them back if it continues going up. It would just mean I would have to buy them back at the same price, but when I'm more confident it will continue going up. Because once a structure like that occurs, we're more likely to then buy back here and then continue up to $8.08. And once we reach $8.08, I'll probably sell some more shares, try and buy back at $7.34. If that doesn't occur, those shares that I bought, that I sold at $8, I'll be out of money there, but it'll probably come back down and I can buy it with more conviction and continue the trend upwards. So what we're looking for now is a sustained trend to the upside. Yes, there'll be down days, but we want this trend. We want these lows to be higher. We don't want to start changing the trend to the downside. We want to continue the trend to the upside.
Zach Zeit donated $5 through a super chat. Zim stock please for tomorrow earnings.
Thank you, Zach Zate. We will talk about that in a second. But yes, then our major resistance sell zones, as I've just mentioned, are $7.34 because of the previous resistance, and then $8.16 because of the previous resistance. Once we go through $7.34 and $8.08, then the sky's the limit. not necessarily, but yes, then we've broken out the accumulation, and then our next target is that $10 mark. So yes, our major target is $10, and that's what we'll see once we break out of this structure. Once we break $10, then we're targeting all-time highs. So let's continue this sustained trend to the upside. Right now it's looking good. If the trend starts changing, we have to change with the trend. The trend is our friend. The trend right now is the upside, and that's what we're looking to continue with. Right now the RSI is overbought. However, it needs to continue going higher, otherwise we'll have bearish divergence, which we don't want. We want this momentum to continue to the upside. Right now, if for example we sell off right now, we'll have bearish divergence on the chart, which is the RSI going down, making lower highs, and the chart making higher highs, and that would definitely, well, not definitely, but more likely create a situation where the stock comes back down either to $5.75 or even lower, maybe to $5. So we want that stock to continue going up this week, otherwise that will be a potential downside risk. That MACD is looking good. So please do hit the like button. If you have any other questions, do let me know. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. There'll be 2 videos for you to have a look at over here and down here. Do consider having a look at them, and do leave me your thoughts in the comments down below. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. 32.30. NOVX, let's do quick NOVX for Bart. 34.15. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are looking at NOVX Corporation, ticker symbol ENVX. I'm going to be looking at the charts, the buy zones, the sell zones, and what I will be doing with this stock. Let's get straight into it. Again, remember, anything I say during this video is not financial advice. It's just my thoughts, and my thoughts only. So we're looking at the stock right now. It has been requested, but at a great time, because right now what we see is the price going down. It has broken a support level, which is concerning, but it does give us opportunities to buy lower. Right now, just looking at the price of the stock, I am expecting it to fall lower. I'm expecting a drop in price. Let's see what targets I'll be buying the stock at. One target would be around the $9 level. The next target could potentially be as low as $7. Those are my two targets. I'll put some money aside to buy at $9 and leave some money to make sure if it goes lower, I can get an entry at maybe $7. And worst case scenario, we do have this downwards trending trend line, which suggests it can even go as low as all-time lows and make a lower low. But that is the worst case scenario, but always good to have money on the side if you have a lot of dedication in this stock. You want to be buying it at the lowest possible price, which for me could be as low as $5.50. But one step at a time. $9 is my first buy level. The next buy level is indicated firstly by support and resistance, but mainly because of this gap in trading. Once you have these gaps, 90% of the time, 80-90% of the time, they get filled. There was a gap in trading on the 1st of May to the 2nd of May, where the price jumped 45% a day. There was a gap in trading, so there's a lot of liquidity there that the price will be drawn to, and that's sat around $7. So I'll definitely have a limit order set up there in case of bad news that can quickly be flushed down to $7, and that could be a great area to buy. Once we do settle on some support and try and change the trend from this downwards trend, remember the trend is your friend, and the trend right now is very much a downtrend. Once you go to one of these support levels and bottom out and start changing the trend, then you can start looking at areas to sell. My next to the sell zones would be $13, and then this major trend line going dating back all the way to 2022, which depending on what time when we hit it and what date we hit it, will be different. So like, for example, if it takes a few months, we're looking at about $17 being the next resistance for this stock. But remember, we take it one day at a time. For me right now, the buy levels are $9, $7, sell levels are $13. And then somewhere between the highs of 2024, which is $18, and wherever this trend line will fall at that point. So that's my analysis. Remember, the RSI is towards the oversold territory, so if it continues going down, one of these levels here, either the $9 or the $7, will prove a nice area to buy. The MACD is trending up. Please do hit the like button. If you want more information, leave your comments down below and I'll reply to those comments. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Join us every trading day. Martyn will be live. You can ask your questions, and every Sunday where I will be doing my shows. Have a look at this video up here and down here as well. Do watch them and let me know if you watch them. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. 37. Let's have a look at our next request. I think it was Zach Zay. Let's have a quick look at these comments. Good evening all, says Paul. We've replied to that. I think NVDA dips a little tomorrow, then runs into earnings. Yes, so we'll have a look at NVIDIA as well. No request, but I appreciate the Sensei's show. Thank you so much, Vaz. That's great support. Zim stock, please, for tomorrow earnings. Zach, what do you mean by that? Are you requesting to look at the chart, or are you requesting an earnings for tomorrow? Please clarify that. Thank you. SPC, please. Lucas aids SPC to 100. Hit the like button. Can you look at core scientific charts, quartz, please? Thank you, Paul. Yes, let's have a quick look at that. Zach, I'm just going to wait to see exactly what you mean by that earnings. Are you requesting the earnings for tomorrow? Because that's something Martyn would cover. So I'd need to see with Martyn. Oh, Zim chart. I understand.
Paul Marsden donated £4.99 through a super chat. Can you look at the core scientific chart cores, please?
Thank you, Paul. Yes, we'll look at that, but for right now, we'll look at. I've just got a clarification that Zach meant the chart, but the earnings are tomorrow. Thank you, Zach. Let's have a look. We've got a few ticker symbols off under ZIM. I'm assuming it's the New York Stock Exchange, ZIM Integrated Shipping Services. Um, ZIM stock. Yeah, I assume. Let me check when the earnings are tomorrow. Yes, this is the one you want to look up. Okay, perfect. Let's have a look at it. We can always do a video on it as well. Oh, they're already on Martyn's show. Oh, thank you, Zach. Well, this is perfect then. Let's do a video on it as well. You have the earnings live with Martyn. You've got the technical analysis the night before. What more can you ask for? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's do a video on it as well. Zim stock between 40, 50. Yes, it is. So the earnings will be covered tomorrow as well. That's great to know. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We're looking at ZIM Integrated Shipping Services Ltd, ticker symbol ZIM. We're looking at the stock, we're looking at the technical chart, looking to see if there's any buy zones, sell zones in regards to its earnings, which when recording this is tomorrow, but will also be valid after the earnings. Let's see if my predictions are right. And this will be my predictions for the upcoming months as well. This is not just a week thing. So let's get straight into it. I'll show you what my buy zones and sell zones are. Let's start with doing a full. Let me show you exactly how I do my charts. As I've got no data, no trend lines previously for this chart, I'll be showing you the whole process. Remember, the earnings will be covered live. If you're watching this on Sunday or Monday morning, the earnings will be covered live. I'll put a link at the end of this video and in the comments for you to watch the ZIM earnings live with us in the morning. And if you want to watch it later on as well, the link will be there. So ZIM. It's got a market cap of 2.29 billion. The earnings are tomorrow. The average volume is 4 million. And it's performed, it's up 83% year to date. Now let's go back a bit further to 2021 of its IPO. Let's put a trend line on the day of its IPO, what it IPO'd at. That always becomes support and resistance in my experience. We then have our resistance of the level in 2021. You can see how the support there, and it's probably reacted as resistance and support, and we're at that level now, so that is a good level to keep up to date with. I'm just showing you exactly, I'm doing this as quick as possible, my trend lines and why I'm putting my trend lines at specific areas, so hopefully you can do this with your other charts as well. So those are some levels recently. We've got another horizontal level there. Again, that was support, and now it's support again more recently. And then that is also resistance, which can be turned into support now. And we've got an upwards trend line. So let's see what trend lines we have. We've got a trend line going to the upside. We previously had a trend line to the downside, but it broke out of that, which is good. Now we'll look at Fibonacci points, and then once I've got all my data and trend lines, I'll give you my analysis on where to buy, sell, and which direction I think the stock will be moving in. We can take a Fibonacci from the all-time highs to all-time lows to give us a good idea of any other zones. Fibonacci, remember, is a trading tool that a lot of traders will use to buy and sell. So we might as well use it as well. So we've got the 2, 3, 6 there. And let's see if anything else lines up. That lines up and there. Okay, so now we've got most of our data. Excuse me. That's a bad time to sneeze, isn't it, while you're making a video? But yes, let's see where we are now. We're currently trading at $19. We have had our recent highs of $23 and our recent lows of $17. We earlier on this year we went on a very nice run in April to the upside. Now it looks like we're consolidating for a bit. The RSI has cooled off. It's not in the bullish. zone and it's not in the bearish zone. The MACD is actually in the bullish zone, so the technical indicators are swaying on more of the bullish side. We're sat at $19 now, just above resistance. Let's make sure we got that right. Yes, we do. We're just above support, previously resistance. So we're looking to really target, in an event of a good earnings, and if the trend to the upside continues, we're looking to target $24 and then $26. So yeah, if you're holding this stock, you might want to put a limit order in case of good earnings. There will be resistance, but we're looking to target firstly $24 for an area for a limit order to sell. Again, not financial advice, just my opinions and what I would be doing if I was holding the stock. At $24 a limit order to sell and $26 a limit order to sell. If there's really good news, you can quickly get out, because normally, even if there is good news, it will go up to these levels. Traders will sell and the price will come back down. So we might as well sell with them. It'll be around just below $24 and $26. I'll put my limit orders to sell. There'll always be points to buy back in my opinion anyway. And if there's a bad earnings, you're looking at strong support, limit order. So every stock I own, I always find out my limit orders to buy and sell. I put them both in case the earnings is good or bad. We can't tell the future. We're not inside trading, so we need to prepare for both outcomes. And the other outcome would be between $15 and $16 would be another area to potentially add to the bag. That would be my first buy zone, and then my second buy zone um, would be maybe around $11, $11 to $12. This area here, there's some support, and then there's the upwards trending support. So I'll be looking between 11 and 12, $13 as my next level to buy. Remember, it's not just about the earnings. Maybe the earnings isn't that surprising either way, and the stock continues to trend. However, at one point it will either go back down to $15 or go up to $23. So these levels will be valid even after the event of a boring earnings. So that was a quick video to update. If you do like this stock, if you want more information, if you want me to do a deeper dive into the technicals and also look at the fundamentals, let me know in the comment section below. In the meantime, have a look at the earnings, which will link right up here. Please do join us for that. Let me know that you come from this video, and you'll get a special surprise if you let me know that you've come and watched the earnings because of this video. Up here, there'll be that, and down here will be something else that might take your fancy. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Um, Tim Stone, your thoughts on AISP? Looks great option for building a position. Um, Again, thank you, Tim Stone, for your thoughts. Thank you for joining us on the Sunday show. However, we are focusing on our members and the super chats. If you do want me to have a look at a specific stock, let me know. We just did this for Zax8. Zax8, thank you for the super chat. It's not in an area where I'm very confident it will go one way or another. The good news is you're trending upside. The trend is your friend. The trend is the upside. It seems like you're resting for a bit, accumulating to the sideways. So this earnings will be pretty important to see if the trend's going back to the upside. And then for every earnings, I have my buy and sell zones. Maybe it's a beat, a very good beat, and then you can quickly take some profits at $24, $26. Maybe it's a bad earnings, and you can have your limit order set up at $15 and even as low as $11 to $14. It's not at a level where I'd be like, this is a definite buy. You just have to see how the earnings go and make your own decision, and hopefully it's helped a little bit. But thank you for the super chat. Let's go on to our next one, which was core scientific core chart. Massive. Okay, let's have a look. We're looking at core scientific, ticker symbol CORZ. Let's put that in CORZ. Oh, are you a member, Paul? Oh, you're not even a member. Well, very kind. We will do it for you. Normally it's a member's perk, but as you've super chatted, it's great. Paul, if you do become a member, you get many, many more perks. Do consider becoming a member. It's much cheaper than super chatting. Um, do consider becoming a member. But let's do your chart view, and we'll do it as a video. So you will always have this. And you can come back in 3 months and say, look, this is the evidence you're completely wrong. Or you can come back in 3 months and say, wow, your charts were on point. Normally it's the latter, but I do like to tell you it's definitely not financial advice. Either way, if you make millions, it's not my fault. If you lose millions, it's not my fault. So it's just me giving you some extra information and my thoughts. Let's do this for you. 50. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We're looking at Core Scientific, ticker symbol CORZ. We're looking at the complete chart, the technicals, the buy levels, the sell levels, my thoughts on if I'm bullish on the stock, where my targets are. But please do remember, nothing I say is financial advice. So let's have a look at the chart. Currently we're set at $10. Since the IPO we went downwards and started accumulating. We found our base between $2.60 and $4. And once we broke out of the IPO price, we have been moving to the upside. So let's see exactly how I chart a chart. And what I might mean by that is how I put my trend lines in and make my conclusion. So let's start with putting our horizontal trend line at the IPO price, $6. My another horizontal trend line at the all-time lows, $2.59. A trend line at the all-time highs, $12.28. Any other significant points, for example, $6.71, it bounced off that pretty aggressively. We do have an area where we have a gap in trading between $5 and $6, so we'll put a trend line there. Of course, we've got the accumulation levels where it was bouncing between before it took off, and that was resistance at around $4.10. More recently, we've got more of a trend line um, to the downside, which we seem to have just broken out of, which is good news. We'll get onto that shortly. And then obviously we had the trend line to the upside, but that doesn't matter anymore. And then let's see if there's any less significant levels before I make my analysis. Got that level there, which is previous all-time highs. Okay, so I think that's enough trend lines. Let's have a quick look at some indicators. The MACD has been red for a while, but it's trending to the green, so that's going to tick green anytime soon, and that's a bullish indicator. The momentum is coming on the side of the bulls. You can look at the RSI, that's been trending down for quite a while now. We had bearish divergence which put the price down. As you can see from the past, we had a high over here and then a higher high, but on the RSI it was the opposite. We had a high and a lower high. That has triggered this downward momentum, and I think that's what triggered the price going down all the way to $6.71. You don't have any bearish divergence now. You had a low, a higher low, a low and a higher low, so no divergence there, which is good. Well, it could be better. It could be bullish divergence, but there is no divergence at all. At least it's not bearish. Okay, so with the stock, what would I be doing? We've had the earnings, and the next earnings is 101 days. So the price looks like it wants to continue to the upside. Remember, the trend is your friend. The long-term trend right now is to the upside. The short-term trend was to the downside with these lower highs. However, it looks like we've got higher lows now, and we're trying to trend the start trending to the upside in more of the short term. What would I want to see to continue this trend to continue being bullish is you see all these highs. This high, then there was a lower 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 high, then there was a small higher high, but then it continued to a lower high. What I want to see now is not just a small higher high. So I want to see a trend change, which would mean this stock price continue going up and breaking all these highs. These highs that were all lower, we want to now see them being broken gradually. That will show that the trend is being changed. We don't want to start seeing us go back down like this. That's not what we want to start seeing. We want to see the momentum in the short term shifting to the upside, having the trend not only at higher highs but also higher lows, which we've started. Now we want to see a higher high, so we want to break $10 this week, for example, and the next week we want to break $11. Then we want to break all-time highs, and we look like we're set up for that position. As you can see, this trend line is broken. The next level to break is $10. And then $12.28. Once you break $12.28, we can have a look at the Fibonacci zones and look at our next target, which would be an area indicated here, which is the 1618, which would be $15. And I'm pretty confident that this stock, the way it's trending, the way it's growing, it looks like it will break all-time highs. And as soon as it breaks $12.28, I think $15.66 can be achieved very quickly. So my buy levels and sell levels for this stock is buying at $6.71, worst case scenario buying at $5, just having limit orders set up there in case of bad news. Is not a bad option. Stocks do always surprise us, and it's good to be ready for that surprise. So $5 is my next buy level. Sell levels all-time high $12.28, because there will be resistance, and what I mean by that is it can move up to $12.28, it can move back down, and then you have a better entry point to buy back more for the same for the money that you just saved from losing. So it's free money, basically free shares. So I'd be selling at $12.28. Again, not my whole bag, but at least a portion of my bag at the all-time highs, because there will be resistance and you can buy back very quickly. And then once it breaks out of $12.28, you can get confirmation and buy back more at all-time highs, and then continue to $15.66. So those are my buy levels and sell levels. The RSI is trending down. It's got plenty of room to move to the upside. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Up here, I'll leave a video that you might enjoy and another one down here. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. 56.35. 56.35. NVDA. I think we're on to our last one, which is NVIDIA. Oh, look at that, exactly as predicted. Let's move on to NVIDIA. 57, let's say 58. Let's have a quick look at your comments. Oh, Paul, you're in the UK. Great. What area of the UK did you enjoy the analysis? If there's anything specific, let me know, and I can always have another look at it for you. If you become a member, then we can always have a conversation in Discord. Let's have a quick look at your comments. SBC, please. It'll move with altcoins. Thoughts on Summit. So late. Hi everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend so far. Smash the like button. On Discord news, I added how they have built a spaceport America in New Mexico tonight at 6 p.m. MT USA. Thank you, Zach Zate, for that news. I added a show of how they built spaceport America. Let's have a look at that quickly. Oh, it's on Instagram. Let's see if we can have a look. I'm just having a look to see if, yeah, I'm not logged in, so it won't let me have a look. Let's try again. No, I can't see that exit. I'll have a look at it later, though. I can't have a look at that now. But our other friend might want to in. If you become a member, you can come into Discord and have a look at the news of the Spaceport America. You might enjoy that. But let's do NVIDIA. I haven't missed anyone's request, have I? No. Vaz gave his weekly super chat, but he didn't even ask for a request. How nice is that? NVIDIA, let's do this. 59. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are looking at NVIDIA. NVIDIA Corporation ticker symbol NVDA. I'm going to show you my buy levels, my sell levels, and an update on the charts. So let's get straight into it. If you do like NVIDIA stock, if you're holding it, if you think it's going to 2x, if you do agree with our analysis, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. So NVIDIA, exactly as predicted. Hey, $100 was our first buy level. Remember when we did the whole live stream and a lot of you tuned in? We're talking about $100. Yes, it went below the buy level at $90, but I explained why that is still fine and bullish. If you look at my previous NVIDIA video, and then we did exactly what we needed to do to continue bullish. We held this as support, we broke this trend line, we broke the next trend line. What's happening next for NVIDIA? All-time highs. I'm saying it now. It looks like all-time highs is going to occur for NVIDIA maybe even this week. The trend is very nicely continuing to the upside. It bounced off support, which is what we wanted to see. It's taken out this trend line, which is what we wanted to see. We've broken the trend to the downside on this red trend line, which is what we wanted to see. The momentum is moving to the upside, which is what we wanted to see. The MACD, which is the momentum of the stock, was red. Now it's going into the green areas. And previously, when we've gone into the green areas, we've moved up 50, 60, 70%. So that's good. The RSI is not overbought, which is another great sign. It's in the bullish control level, but it's not overbought. So we've got room to run. And what is next? We've got two levels to take out. One level is 136, and the next level is all-time highs. It does look like we're going to approach all-time highs this week. And once we break all-time highs, we're looking as a target of $230, and it can happen quicker than you think. Yes, it might take a couple months, but we might break all-time highs this week. What's my sell levels? You might be surprised. My sell levels is $141 at all-time highs. You might think that's crazy, $140. Why are you selling at all-time highs? Because I want to own more NVIDIA. And how do I do that if I have no more money? I sell at resistance. All-time highs is resistance.
Carle has become a member.
Thank you for becoming a member. It's very kind. I'll explain all your perks and benefits later. This is made during a live show. Every Sunday, I come on Martyn Lucas's channel, do some charts, give my opinions, make some videos, and then hand it back over to Martyn for the whole week. We're live every single trading day and on Sundays. But let's continue in NVIDIA. If you do enjoy all the content, if you do enjoy the amount of work that goes into these videos and for Martyn's shows every week, keeping you updated, please take a minute to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below. So why would I sell at all-time highs? Well, because there's a high chance that there will be a pullback, allowing me to buy back shares, accumulate more shares with the same price. So firstly, I'll buy back $136 if when it goes down there, and then I'll also be buying back $125 if it goes as low as there, and also I'll be buying back $118. That's just the way I like to trade the stock, buy and sell. Remember, I like to sell these stock at these levels, buy at support, just accumulate more shares without putting any more money into the stock. So that's something I might do, might not suit you. Remember, I'm not giving financial advice, I'm just giving my opinions. Nothing I say is financial advice. So I might sell at $140 just because it's all-time highs and people will take profits in case that there is a move to downside. So that's might be a sell level, but my main sell level would be 233 for the long term. This trend has moved to down now. So this short-term trend has finished now. So we do have another target of $137, which can come quicker and sooner. So that's my next sell level is 173. Our main target for the long term is 233, but I'll be selling at $173 as well. But it looks like all-time highs are on the horizon for NVIDIA. If you do enjoy the NVIDIA content, do leave a like and a comment down below. There'll there'll be 2 other NVIDIA related videos that you need to watch, so please have a look at them as well. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. 104.10. Okay, we have done that. Let's have a look at your comments. So, we have come to the end of the show. We've just got a new member, Carl. Welcome, Carl, to the membership. Paul is from Lincolnshire. Thank you, Paul, for your request. Let's have a quick look at quartz again to finish off the show. So you're holding it. You're hoping the rise will continue. It's looking good, to be honest. It's looking good. It's more bullish than a lot of charts people request. The amount of requests I get that are stocks that are just continue to go down sometimes hurts, but a stock like the one you've requested is at least on an upwards trajectory. It's looking more bullish than bearish. Paul, do consider becoming a member. Would love to have you on the show. Have you tuned in before? Is this the first time you've tuned into our show? Let me know. Carl has become a member. Carl, you're going to get lots and lots of members. If you join us tomorrow, Martyn's just said it. He's read my mind. Hi, Carl. Join me live and I'll give you all your perks and welcome you into the live. Martyn is live every trading day, and normally about an hour, 2 hours before the opening bell. We've got the extra channel. He's always live for the closing bell. So if you're ever wondering if the stocks are running, if it's the opening bell, if it's the closing bell, just go on YouTube, type in Martyn Lucas Investor, subscribe, and then you'll see Martyn is live. Tune in, discover all the perks as well. So tomorrow, join Martyn and he'll give you all your perks and benefits. You get the Discord, you get the free trading of what is it? It's Eric, isn't it? Forgot Eric? It's not Eric, it's let me have a quick look on the Discord. I forgot. Adnevius. What am I doing? Adnevius. He's got a whole trading plan, which is, we're not like other channels. We don't sell training programs, but it gives you his education. He's spent thousands of dollars trying to achieve. He's giving you all of that for free. You've got members perks, members only videos, members live streams, and members always get priority. The shows get very busy, so members comments only come up. Martyn replies to every single member's comment, as do I on my Sunday shows. You've got on your birthday, Martyn does a birthday a show for you. Friends and family can join. He's the world piano man, so he does he sings and he plays his piano for you, which is always one of my favorite perks, at least. And there's a whole lot more. There's a whole 30-minute video explaining all your perks and benefits. You get requests done, whole stock reviews done for you. So thanks, Carl, for joining. And most importantly, you become part of the family. We all bounce off ideas off each other. We're real. We're not like other YouTube channels which just pump and dump. We are real people with all different amounts of money, just bouncing off ideas off each other and supporting each other. We're here every day for each other, which is great. So Martyn's building a great family. So Carl, welcome in to the family. Guys, is Robinhood 24 hours a day? No activity on my account. Can I get some answers? I don't think it's weekend trading as well. I think it might open up in an hour or two, the 24-hour trading. But I don't know what exactly we mean. Are you talking about trading? Are you talking about the app? You should be able to see your money all the time. Another great and exciting show. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. That's Zach8. Thank you, Zach8. Mike says, I joined late, new sub. I like the channel content. I'll be back next Sunday for your bit. Thanks, Mike. Martyn's live every day as well, so do tune in there. Welcome, Carl. Zim here and CRGO on the extra 2 earnings in the morning. So Martyn's going to be doing a lot tomorrow. There is 2 earnings. Remember, You can also request for earnings. Martyn covers literally so many earnings, trying to understand the market, requests from members. So lots of perks. Is Robinhood 24 hours today? What does that mean? I don't think so. Just figuring. Oh, here we go, Paul. Just figuring out these super chats and memberships, all news to me. So, Paul, I would really recommend you become a member. You've already done a very kind super chat, but becoming a member is something amazing. Martyn, do you have the? I think Martyn's already put the link here. So the link is already. Let me try and open that in a new. No, let me move that. Here we go. Martyn, do you mind putting the link again in the chat? I think we've got Paul, who's hopefully wants to become a member. Okay, and that's the video. So if you, let's open that as well. How and why to become a member. It's a whole 24-minute video about all the perks. The link will be under here as well. But Paul, I would recommend you do it. If you don't like it, just don't become a member. But there is so many perks, and you've already done a super chat, so you are committed to stocks, and you obviously enjoy the content. So it would be great if you become a member. I'll wait another sort of 2 minutes to see if you do it live on the show, and we can all celebrate it together and welcome you in. And that's the link again. If you just click that, it's all done through YouTube. We're not scammers here. We are real people. We're a real family. We're not like other YouTubers who put up lies, random headlines. I talk about crypto as well, but I'm not those crypto YouTubers that say everything's going to 100x. We're very realistic here. We care about each and every one of our members. Speaking of, while we wait to see if Paul becomes a member, quickly going to look at gold. Look at this. Gold is up. Gold has just opened trading, and it made all-time highs yesterday. It went up 2%. Zach8 wants fireworks. We all want fireworks. Let's see if Paul becomes a member and we can give him fireworks. But gold, what was I saying the whole of last year? There's a cup and handle, beautiful structure. We're expecting 2,400 this year. It looks like we're going to hit our next target of 2,800. But this is a great trade. Gold was not doing much for the last 10 years. However, in the last year, 2 years, we've been saying we've kept our eye on gold. I did a whole report on gold, a several-page document on gold. I think it was like 10 pages document which was shared on gold. That was the fundamental analysis. Now the technical analysis. Now we're breaking out. We're reaping the rewards. This is actually up more than the S&P 500 this year. I believe 21% year to date. Let's see. Maybe not on year to date. No, year to date as well. The S&P 500 is up 17%. Gold is up 21%. S&P 500 is up 25% on 1 year, and gold is up 32%. So as boring as some people say gold is, not saying any names, but gold is a great asset. It is a hedge. It's been here for many more years than the S&P 500. We all love how long the S&P 500 has been around. That's what's the key thing. People like to see all the data of the S&P 500, but remember the gold has been around for thousands of years more, and that's just been trending up. It's a great hedge against inflation. Yes, I like Bitcoin, but yes, I also like gold, especially physical gold. Just no one can take that away from you. And gold is looking great. It's looking like it's going to continue its trend to the upside. Silver is lagging behind, but at one point silver will hopefully catch up as well and take out its all-time highs. It's got its highs at $50, which is which is just under a 2x away. So silver is also lagging behind, but I think silver will go up as well once gold starts going sideways. But gold looking like it's continuing its upside. Actually, sorry, the market is still closed on gold, but it is up at 2,500 for the first time in history. Here we go, he's done it!
Paul Marsden has become a member.
Thank you, Paul. I had faith in you, and he came through. Paul has become a member. Where is my fireworks screen? Um, Martyn will give you a much nicer welcome in the morning if you tune in. But normally I have a scene where we've got fireworks. Where's our fireworks? Oh, here we go.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Okay, now I can't get rid of the fireworks. Paul, you have... There we go. Thank you, Paul, for becoming a member. Let's turn off the music now. We've got Paul as a member. That is great news. I've now messed up my whole systems, but it was worth it. Welcome in, Paul. Everyone welcome in, Paul. Let's give a big welcome to Paul for becoming a member. He's from the UK. He's got a great... He gave us a super chat. He had a great request, which was not a stock that was just going down the toilet. So that was a good start. And now he's become a member. So that is a great news. And we hope you enjoy it. So you always have the option of becoming a member. But I'm sure when you see all the perks and benefits, you will gladly stay as a member. As you can see, sort of 99% of the people in the live stream have a badge next to them, meaning they're all members. And it keeps the scammers out, it keeps everything real, and we focus on our family. And now you're part of that family. So thank you for becoming a member. Yes, welcome, Paul. Marston says, Vaz, Sensei, if you have to choose on only one, which one would it be, gold or Bitcoin? Oh my God, James, don't ask me a question like that. Gold or Bitcoin? If it was gold or Bitcoin, okay. That was no, sorry, no, James. I'd go gold. If it was gold and Bitcoin, if it was like gold or XRP, then I'm not sure. But gold or Bitcoin, then I would go gold. Even though Bitcoin's probably going to really outperform gold, but if I only had to choose one. Sensei, can you take a quick look at BVNRY, Mpox case? What do you mean, BN? My show has finished a long time ago. I was supposed to finish on time today. Some days I don't mind doing 2 hours, but today was a day where I was supposed to finish on time. Let's quickly have a look at this. I blame this all on Paul. Yeah, we are here at overtime, but it's great. BNRY. There we go. Up 14%. So what is this? Should we do a quick video? One last quick video. Let's do it. Let's put the time as well. BVNRY. What's the time? 1:17. If anyone's wondering what I'm doing, these videos during the live stream we make the videos as well. So if anyone's missed the live stream, they can view it as the video. But watching it live, you see it all done real. We don't do post editing. We don't do all these things that other YouTubers like to do. Everything we do is real. Breaking news. Sorry. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We're looking at ticker symbol BVNRY, Bavarian Nordic. This has some interesting chart, and we're looking at the buy levels and the sell levels. It looks like this chart is ready to explode. It has been up this week regarding the Mpox situation. Let's look at the news behind it. It looks like Bavarian Nordic to ramp up production of Mpox vaccine. Danish biotech firm Bavarian Nordic said on Saturday it plans to ramp up production of its Mpox vaccine and work with international health organizations to ensure fair access as the disease has been declared a global public emergency. The company, one of the few drug firms that have a mpox vaccine, said it has informed the African Centre of Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) that it can manufacture 10 million doses of the vaccine by the end of 2025 and can already supply up to 2 million doses this year. The company said that it's expanding its production network to include Africa and it's prepared to work with Africa's CDC as well as the Health Organization to make the vaccine accessible to all countries. Earlier this week, WHO declared mpox a global health emergency for the second time in 2 years. The viral infection, which causes pus filled, let's not talk about that, it's not very nice. There have been 27,000 cases and more than 1,100 deaths, mainly among children in the Congo, since the outbreak began in January 2023. So they're saying, what was the exact number? They can manufacture 10 million doses, and the stock price is reflecting how bullish that is. It's only up 60%. We did previously look at GOVX stock, which is up 110% on Friday. This stock has also the potential to go up. Yes, the RSI is overbought. Yes, the MACD is actually quite bullish, not overbought, but the RSI is definitely overbought. This can continue going up, and as the news gets out that this stock can build that many vaccines, a lot of retail traders will be flocking to it. What are my sell levels? My first sell level will be at $19, then it'll be at all-time highs at $23. And where would I top up? Maybe around $12. So this stock is looking good. It's looking poised to to continue its rally up to about $20. That's where I'll be selling my majority of my shares. Until next time, please do watch this video about GOVX. You can quickly look at GOVX before we get to that. Remember, GOVX is our other GOVX Labs, which that was up 117% on Friday, looking for a target of $13 to $16. So is it GOVX versus BVNRY? Which one will you invest in? Have a look at my GOVX review up here, and there'll be another suggestion for you there. What are you doing with your money? Which stock are you investing in? Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I thought I'd quickly make that 121.10. 121.10, because that is a comparison of two. It also has potential to move upwards. It's not a resistance like GOVX's. So thank you for that suggestion. And as you're a member, another member's perk, we can have a look at your requests if we have time. And we found time thanks to Paul. 100,000 subscribers, party time. Welcome, Paul, says Stacy. Thanks for the welcome, says Paul Marston. And no worries. He gets a song on Friday. Martyn Lucas is the world piano man. You're going to get a free song on Friday as well from Martyn Lucas. Get to the chopper in price prediction and party. Amazing, Martyn. Thank you for doing that. Welcome to the family. Paul's loving it. He's so confused. He's like, what have I walked into? It will all make sense. Stocks or crypto, says Akash. We look at both, but today we focus on stocks. We are meeting back tomorrow. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Thanks, Sensei. Yes, we are off. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button on your way out. Let's see how many likes we got. Let's finish off the show. We'll be back in the morning with 2 earnings, a full day of stocks. We've got 50 likes, as I requested at the beginning of the show. Let's get 50 likes. 37 people watching, more likes than viewers, that's great. So let's finish off the show. See you next week. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. Until next time. Right, take care of your money, your crypto, yourselves, and each other. Bye bye.